Okay, so let's just get this out of the way. Forget the sci-fi movies, the whole futuristic robot thing. The age of real AI agents, it's here, right now. And it's not some far-off concept. It's a massive shift that is forcing us to completely rethink how we do our jobs.
And honestly, this quote from Ethan Mollick it hits the nail right on the head. The conversation is no longer about whether AI can do the work. We're past that. The real question, the one we all need to be asking, is how we should work with AI. You know, it's about strategy, it's about collaboration, it's about really integrating it into what we do.
And look, this isn't just some high-level theory. We've got some serious data to back this up. A recent study from OpenAI looked at what happens when experts team up with AI, basically letting the AI do the heavy lifting on a first draft. And the results? They were absolutely staggering. People got their work done 40% faster, and the whole process was 60% cheaper. I mean, come on, these aren't small tweaks. These are total game changers.
So, what this all points to is this new hybrid way of working. Think of it like this. Humans are in the driver's seat. We're the ones steering, making the strategic calls, using our judgment. The AI? It's the engine, handling the raw execution. The point here, and this is so crucial, isn't to replace the experts, it's to supercharge them, to augment their skills and let them focus on the stuff that really requires a human brain.
Okay, so that's the big idea. But what does this actually look like in the real world, right? Let's drill down into a really specific, really high-stakes problem, the compliance bottleneck. You see this all the time in regulated industries, especially something like life sciences.
So, in the life sciences world, there's this thing called validation. It's basically proving a system does exactly what it's supposed to do. And let me tell you, it is an absolute beast. We're talking about a manual, document-heavy process that just eats up time and money. You have brilliant engineers spending months literally buried under a mountain of paperwork. And not only is it slow, it's just begging for human error. This kind of system doesn't just cost a ton, it actively slows down innovation. So the goal, the dream really, is to have something automated, efficient, and, agile.
So, how do you solve a problem like that? Well, there's a solution, and it's called Continuous Intelligent Validation. You might see it called cIV for short.
So what is cIV exactly? Well, first off, it's not just another piece of software you buy off the shelf. Think of it more as a complete AI-powered ecosystem designed for validation. It's always on, constantly monitoring, validating, and even optimizing your digital systems through their entire life cycle. It becomes a core part of the quality process itself.
Okay, so that's the 10,000-foot view. But how does this thing actually work? What's under the hood? Well, the heart of the system is basically a team of specialized autonomous AI agents all working together. Think of it like an AI task force. First up, you've got the URS agent. Its job is to read all the dense regulatory standards and design docs to automatically generate the user requirements. Then, it hands off to the test case agent, which cleverly turns those requirements into smart, risk-weighted test cases. From there, the execution agent takes over, running all the automated tests and pulling together the reports. And all the while, you have two other agents working in the background. The risk and traceability agent is mapping everything, making sure it all connects, and the audit agent is creating a tamper-proof digital log of every single thing that happens. It's this incredible, seamless, end-to-end flow.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. You can't just let an AI run wild in a highly regulated industry, right? And you'd be absolutely correct. That's why this whole system is built around a core principle of AI with governance. It's designed from the ground up to comply with all the strict industry standards, things like GAMP 5 and 21 CFR Part 11. Every single thing the AI does is traceable, it's reviewable, and it's totally transparent for auditors. That's how you build trust. That's the only way this works.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the AI, but what about the people? The human element? How does this technology actually make the job better for the experts on the ground?
And this, right here, is where the magic really happens. The role of the validation engineer completely transforms. They go from being a document clerk to being a supervisor of an intelligent system. Their valuable expertise gets shifted away from the grunt work and toward oversight, strategic decision-making, and providing that critical context and nuance that, honestly, only a human can.
So the new workflow basically becomes the simple three-step dance between the person and the AI. Step 1, you delegate. You hand off all the structured, time-consuming tasks like drafting and testing to your AI agents. Step 2, you review and refine. The expert comes in, looks at what the AI produced, makes corrections, maybe reprompts it a little, and then, step 3, you apply judgment.
The human makes the final call, using all their experience and intuition. It really is the perfect partnership. You get the AI's incredible speed combined with irreplaceable human expertise.
All right, let's zoom out for a second. What's the big picture? Why does something like this matter, even if you're not in the life sciences industry?
Because here's the thing. Without a clear, defined purpose, AI can just end up creating a lot of noise, right? More stuff to sift through. The real goal, the alternative to all that noise, is purposeful automation. It's about using AI as a tool to free up our experts to do the high-level work they were hired for in the first place, to think, to assess, and to make critical decisions.
So when you boil it all down, what's the real takeaway? The goal here isn't to replace people. It was never about that. It's about enabling them, empowering them, to work in ways that were literally impossible before, to be faster, to be safer, and to be more insightful than ever.
And that leaves all of us with a really fundamental choice as we move into this new era. Are we going to let AI just dictate how we work? Or are we going to be the ones to take the reins and consciously redesign our work to make the absolute best use of this incredible technology? Really, the choice is ours to make.